my channel. I'm Haley from the blog Handy Homemade, and today I'm going to be bringing you along with me as I do some spring home decor shopping. The last couple of months I have just felt like my house has been so bare and bland. I did not really decorate any for winter, and so as the seasons are beginning to change, I'm just really craving some color in my house. In Mississippi, we are having warmer weather. The temps have been in the 60s and in the 70s, and our buttercups are blooming, my tulip trees are blooming, and so with all the color starting to pop up around me, I have just been craving bringing some of that into my home. And so I'm going to be bringing you with me as I start to look for some pieces for our house. I really want to do something with these built-ins and my Hoosier and all of that. So we're going to be going to Target, TJ Maxx, Joann's, and maybe a thrift store if I have time. So let's go ahead and get into it. But before we do, if you are new here and you haven't hit the subscribe button down below, please do so. Stick around. I do a ton of different videos on natural living, vintage home decor, home reno, all the things. So hit that button down below. I would love to have you be a part of this spring group. And let's go ahead and get into the video. I will see you guys at TJ Maxx. First stop was TJ Maxx. I was just blown away at how full it was of spring and Easter decor. The first thing that caught my eye was this beautiful set of napkins. I love the ditzy floral print on all the eggs. I really contemplated buying it, but I'm not going to be hosting any parties for Easter or anything like that, so I passed up on it this time. And then the next thing that caught my eye was the set of plates. I absolutely love the bunny. I think it is beyond precious, and I love the pink and the green floral it has going on. I believe it was a set of 8 for $2.99. Next was all of their Easter mugs. I love this little pink one with the bunny tails. I just think it's so cute. And they had so many different ones. I love the floral prints they had, and then each of them had different writing on it. So the first one said relax, and some of the other ones said coffee. I also love these bunnies. You guys, I wanted to bring all of them home with me. I just think they're so stinking cute, and I love how vintage they look. Our next stop was Target. I fell in love with this magnolia wreath from the Threshold brand. I ended up passing on it though because it was a little bit more than what I wanted to pay, but I thought it was absolutely stunning. And then these hydrangeas were beautiful. They were so lifelike. I loved how long the stem was. It was $5 a piece for each stem, and I just thought it was a really good deal for how realistic they look. And I love the seated eucalyptus out beside it. My favorite was this wisteria. They were also $5 a piece, but I love that the branches look so real and they just were so well thought out. I ended up picking up a few of them. I thought this oven timer was absolutely precious. It looks so vintage. I didn't end up getting it, but I may go back for it because I just think it's so sweet. And I also love the biscuit cutters. I thrifted a bunch of mine, but I thought these would make such a good gift if you know somebody who likes to make homemade bread or homemade biscuits. Up next, I went to the thrift store and I come across these beautiful teacups. I like to make candles out of old teacups, but I ended up passing on these even though I thought they were super sweet. And I also loved this pie dish that is blue and white. I really want to incorporate some blue and white into my home, but I'm looking more for platters and plates, so I ended up passing on it. The last stop that I made was to Joann's Fabric Store. They didn't have all of their spring stuff out, and their sale was buy one get one rather than a discounted price like what they normally have, and so I ended up passing on everything even though they had a bunch of really pretty pieces. Alright you guys, I'm home now. I am going to be sharing with you all the things that I got. I didn't get as much as I anticipated on purchasing, but that's okay because one of my goals for this year is to only bring in products into my home that I am absolutely in love with, things that I plan on using for years to come, and things that just make my heart jump for joy when I see it. So I'm going to start out with the things that I picked up at Target. So the very first thing that I wanted to share with you guys are these tulip bundles. I picked them up out of the Target dollar section. They were $3 for a set of 3. And I haven't shared with you my Mandy's tulips from Amazon, but they are some of the most realistic tulips that I have ever seen for them to be faux. And these are a pretty close dupe, you guys. These look really, really, really pretty and really real. They feel real too. So really happy with those. I just think those will be so sweet in a crock or in some bud vases that I'm about to share with you next. So the next item that I have to share with you are these beautiful glass bud vases. I think these look so vintage, and they were $3 a piece from the Target dollar spot. And if you saw in the clip when I was going through the Hearth and Hand collection from Joanna Gaines, she had some really pretty bud vases, but they were like $5 a piece, and so these you get 3 for 3, so you're only paying $1 per bud vase, which is a really good deal. And usually you can find certain ones like these in thrift stores, but this was a really good deal, and I love the shapes of these. I love how short and fat this middle one is. So quite possibly my favorite find from Target were these absolutely adorable wooden bunnies. I saw Miranda Christine share these over on her spring shop with me, and I knew I just had to get to Target and see if I could get my hands on them myself, and I did, and I just am so in love with these. I think they are beautiful and they're really well made. These were $5 a piece in the Target dollar spot, and so I can't wait to put these up and decorate them for Easter and just for spring in general. I think they're absolutely beautiful. I have this one that's kind of crouching down, and then I have this one that is standing up and looks like he's praying. Next couple things that I have to share with you from Target is part of the Threshold collection, or the Threshold brand. I actually went back for these because I had went to Target before I went to Joann's, and to be quite honest, Joann's did not have hardly any spring florals, or they had a big sale and most of them were gone. I'm not really sure what was going on, but they hardly had anything, and then the pricing was not as great as it usually is. I don't know if their prices are starting to go up or what was going on. So I went back to Target for these because I had seen them and I was looking at them and I thought about purchasing them the first time, but I thought Joann's may have something similar and have a better deal for it. So they didn't, and I'm gonna show you what I got from Target. These were, I think they were all $5 a piece. So the first thing I got was this floral stem. It has these little white flowers on it. It's very realistic. I'm very, very pleased with the quality, and I'm just really, really happy with it. I think this would be beautiful draped in a basket. I've got a basket that I hang in my entryway, and I think just having this little single stem in it with this kind of just flowing out of it looks very whimsical and springy. Next couple stems that I got were these wisteria stems. You would have seen this in the clips when I was shopping at Target. Here's the thing about floral stems, you guys. I'm very picky about what stems I bring into my home because I want them to look realistic, and I've had a really hard time finding ones that look real and are affordable. These were $5 a piece, but the thing that sold it for me was the fact that the stem looks like a branch, and it looks like you just went outside and clipped these, and I absolutely love that. I think they are beautiful, and I picked up 3 of them. I honestly may go back for more because 1, they were only $5, which is a pretty good deal, and 2, I want to put these all over my house. So I may end up going back for more. And the hydrangeas, I thought about picking up a couple of those too, and I didn't, and now I'm regretting it. So we will see. I'll probably go back for those. And then the last thing that I picked up from Target, this is not home decor, but I wanted to share it anyways because it was on clearance. I paid $10.49 for it, and that was this quilted jacket. I just fell in love with it. I love the ditzy floral, and it's pink, which is my favorite color, and I love the little pockets on the side. So I picked that up, and like I said, I paid $10 for it, and I'm sure you will see me wear it in a video very soon. I actually didn't purchase anything at Joann's or TJ Maxx. Like I said at the beginning, or at least I think I said it, I'm being very picky about what I bring into my home. I want to make sure that everything I bring into my home are items that I love and that make my heart jump for joy, and I just didn't find anything there, even though they had some really sweet Easter decor. The last place that I shopped and I actually found something was the thrift store. So the first thing that I picked up is this gravy boat from Photograph, and it also comes with the little tray that it sits in. It is Photograph, and this is part of the Heritage Collection. If you don't know, I do collect pieces from the Heritage Collection. I just love the shape of it, and the bone china is just so elegant and timeless. My next piece that I picked up was also from Photograph, and it is this little tray. I don't believe this is part of the Heritage Collection, but I think this is just so pretty. Like I said, I love bone china. I love any type of like bone china, stoneware, ironstone, anything that's just white and vintage tends to have a very classic feel to me and a very elegant feel. I don't think it's ever going to go out of style, and I actually plan on potentially using this in a gallery wall that I want to do for spring, so stay tuned for that. Something else that I picked up from the thrift store was this little muffin tin. I love that it has some wear on it. I think that makes it look very vintage. I'm not planning on using this for cooking. I'm planning on using it for decor, and I think this would be really sweet in my kitchen, and I paid $1.99 for it, and I'm really excited to style my floating shelves and use some really cute kitchen decor. This was also inspired by Miranda Christine on YouTube. So, and then the last thing that I picked up was this picture. So my mom has one, if not the exact same one as this, that we got when I was getting married. We thrifted it, and we thrifted a bunch of pictures for my wedding and used them for tea and water and lemonades. And I have one picture left from my wedding, but it recently cracked and it's still holding liquid in it, but I'm just scared that eventually it's going to break. So I've been on the search for another one that looks vintage and has that similar feel to it, and I found this one, and I paid $4 for it, or $4.99 for it, and I just think it's beautiful, and I love the lip on it. That is all for my home decor haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you subscribe and stick around. I plan on doing a spring decorate with me and a spring home tour fairly soon, and I'm just so thankful to have you here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, friends.